On Thursday evening, Arsenal will be taking on West Ham in the Premier League at home in the Emirates Stadium. We are, of course, coming off that 1-1 draw against Liverpool, and with West Ham just 10 points behind us and Liverpool winning the game previously against Burnley, we need to make sure we get this victory so we can go back to top of the table and 1 point ahead of Liverpool. So in today's video, we'll be previewing the game, talking about the potential starting 11 and how I think the game will go. So what's going on, everyone? You're listening to Gunner Central here. I hope you're all doing well. Please be sure to like the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and let's get into it. So coming into this game, Arsenal in their last 5 games have just 2 wins, 2 draws, and 1 loss. That loss, of course, is coming to Aston Villa, which still to this day rubs me the wrong way, but we're not going to get into that. This is a preview for West Ham, so let me not get started there. We are, of course, coming off that 1-1 draw against Liverpool in a game that we took the lead very early on, but maybe that was a detriment to us. We started to sit back a little bit more. We weren't taking our chances in the final third, and we allowed Liverpool to get back. Neither team probably deserved a win. We definitely didn't deserve a win, so I think a draw was a fair result on the balance of play, but I still think we should have won that game. We really could have won that game. So I'm looking for a bounce back here against West Ham. But even in that Liverpool game, I still think we played pretty well. But the game before, the 2-0 victory over Brighton, we were absolutely superb. If we can play that same way that we did against Brighton, against West Ham, I have no doubt we should be in for a comfortable evening and hopefully get all 3 points. So West Ham coming into this game, in their last 5 games, they must be the most bipolar team ever. So in their last 5 games, they have 3 wins and 2 losses, right? Doesn't sound bad, but then you look at their wins. They beat Freiburg 2-0, they beat Wolves 3-0, they beat Man United 2-0. Very, very good performances. But then you look at their 2 losses. They lost 5-1 to Liverpool, and then they lost 5-0 to Fulham. The most bipolar team you could ask for. So I don't know what type of West Ham we're going to be facing in the Emirates Stadium. Are we going to be facing the West Ham that beat Man United 2-0? I know Man United is not a really good team, but West Ham still put in a good performance. Or are we going to be seeing the West Ham that lost 5-0 to Fulham? I have no idea. Obviously, I would like to face the West Ham that lost 5-0 to Fulham, but West Ham is a really good team on paper. They just a little bipolar at their results. However, in the table, they're still looking pretty, sitting 7th in the Premier League, just 10 points behind us. So they are doing a lot better than some people are thinking. They're kind of flying under the radar a little bit. This is going to be a tough one. It reminds me a lot of the Brighton game, where if we don't come out and put in a good performance, it is a banana skin game and we could easily lose the game as a whole. We need to go in, put in a good performance, fight for every loose ball and get the win, because this is a much needed game for us to go in and win. And then the next game away at Fulham at Craven Cottage is also a really tough game for us. It's a very difficult period of the season for us. We have to make sure that we capitalize when we can. And West Ham, as good as they are, they can be bipolar. So we do have an opportunity to go in there and get 3 points. So with all that being said, I'm having a feeling that Arsenal is going to nick it. I don't think we're going to beat them comfortably. I think West Ham's going to be really good. It won't surprise me if West Ham get a 2-1 win or something like that. But as long as we play to our standard, we play some good football, some attacking, free-flowing football, or we just really clinical in the final third, I don't have a doubt in my mind that we should be able to beat West Ham. But then again, West Ham is a really good team, so I'm kind of up in the air. I'm sitting on the fence about it. Now, going on to injuries and suspensions, we're going to start off with obviously the home team, Arsenal. So obviously Thomas Partey is still out, although he's nearing a return sooner rather than later. Tomiyasu is out. Vieira is out, and obviously Timber will be out for the foreseeable future. So that's our injuries and suspensions. And on to West Ham's injuries and suspensions. They're looking a little bit better. They have Maxwell Cornet, who's going to be out for illness, although he may be back for the game. I don't quite know. Mikel Antonio and Odegaard, they're going to also be out, but they should be returning soon. All 3 of them. So they could be back for the game. They could not. Yeah, you know how that goes. But for us, our injuries and suspensions are pretty clear. For them, they might be fully fit and ready to go. Who knows? Now, on to the starting 11 that I would play if I was Mikel Arteta. In goal, obviously, you guys know I would love to play Aaron Ramsdale, but I'm being realistic. It's going to be David Raya. That's it. David Raya is the first choice keeper. I've been saying this. No surprise there. My left back, I know he had a really bad performance. He got cooked by Salah, but we have no other left back that can play to his level, so it has to be Zinchenko. I know some people want Kivior to start left back, but I don't really know about that. For me, I'm still starting Zinchenko, but if Zinchenko gets cooked again against West Ham, it might be time to start Kivior. Right back will be Ben White, who I thought was pretty decent at Anfield, and the 2 centre backs were both immense at Anfield, Saliba and Gabriel. They were perfect at Anfield, and I expect them to be just as good against West Ham. My midfield is the exact same midfield that started at Anfield. Declan Rice, Kai Havertz, and Martin Odegaard. Odegaard was really good in that first half. Kai Havertz had a pretty solid performance all around in Anfield, and Declan Rice was Declan Rice levels, 9 out of 10. So hopefully, being that Declan Rice is facing his boyhood club in West Ham, you're hoping he has a little more fire in his belly and puts out a 10 out of 10 performance. That could be very crucial for us going forward. And my starting front three is pretty obvious. It's going to be Bukayo Saka on the right. And I know some people want Trossard, some people want Reece Nelson to start, and I made a video about if Martinelli should maybe be benched, but for me, still Martinelli has to start, and up top would be Gabby Jesus. If Martinelli is still poor for the next couple games, maybe you want to start Trossard or Reece Nelson. But yeah guys, that's my starting 11. Let me know in the comments below, what are your predictions for the game? How do you think the game will go? What starting 11 would you play for the game? Let me know all of that in the comments below. Please be sure to smash the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next one.